Okay, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is day 4 when this goes out of the UK school closures. It'll be Thursday. I had a request from a young man called Corey, and Corey loves Deadpool, so I'm going to try and do him a Japanese cartoon style which is called Chibi. So if you search on Google Images or on Pinterest for things like chibi cartoon characters, it's kind of oversized faces, cute characters, so unicorns, that kind of thing. But there's a range of superhero ones, so DC and Marvel characters. So tonight I'm going to try and film 2 or 3. I'm going to do Deadpool, and I'm going to try and do a video with Batman, and then finish off with Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. So I am Groot. So anyway, we're going to crack on with Deadpool. Okay, so all you need with this is white, or the white paper's absolutely fine. Black, you need a range of reds, a little splash of brown, a lightish brown, and a pencil, and then perhaps a fine line pen. So I use the Belo's pen, so I'll finish that off with a pen later on. So I'll start, just in case I get anything wrong, I've got a rubber here, so I'll quickly rub out. If you just stay nice and light, then you can always rub it out, can't you? So we're going to do the Chibi character around about here. So the first thing to do is the classic head, which is much bigger than normal. So I'm going to start off with a curve like this. I'm going to take this curve over here. Now, if you do a line like this, now we're going to do a big circle, almost a big circle. His head is almost circular. So we're going to do a huge curve around here. So just try and get out of your way in a minute so you can see what I'm doing. You try and do it as circular as you can, really. Doesn't have to be perfect at all. As with all art, it's just your interpretation. And then we'll carry on with following this around here. Now this isn't perfect circle here. Its head's a funny shape. It's almost like you're drawing a tomato. If anybody's ever tried to draw a tomato. So we're going to go in here, and I'm going to stop there. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Alright, so with this one we're going to put his hand up in the air, kind of as if he's waving at you. So we'll start with his thumb, and then we'll do his finger like this. This is really important that you get the fingers to look like cartoon characters' fingers rather than actual fingers. So we're going to do this here. Like this. Perfect. Now, on this finger, you just go straight down here now. Like that. Okay, so there's the first hand. Now, if you just do this line slightly out here, and bring it back in, and then leave it like that. Okay. Now, it's not going to look anything like Deadpool at the moment. Hopefully if you're young you haven't seen Deadpool films, but it's quite funny. It's like an anti-hero kind of character. Right, let's go back to the head for a minute. We're going to do his classic black eye, or the rounds of his eyes here. No, these are huge. So what I want to try and do is do this kind of thing here. Okay, one there. And then you want about this much space between the black marks on his face. So we're going to go around here, and then we're going to curve it out again like this. There we go. So now you can do the eyes however you like, really. If you see Deadpool, he's got really funny expressions in his eyes. So you could do one eye like this. The other eye, if it's a cute one, you'll do similar, but you can do all sorts. So I'll just show you the kind of eyes that you could do. I'll rub these out. That kind of an eye. It's almost like a diamond. Yeah, rub this out. Because that's going to be black anyway. And then we'll go a similar kind of size if you want, like there. There we go. Okay, so now we've got to get his shoulder in, so we'll try and start here. Now he's going to go down from his kind of shoulder into his elbow. So there. Okay, now this is kind of out here, and then like this. Now his hand, which is always gloved, is going to go like this here. Okay, so you can see that curve there. Then we're going to carry on curving it round to there. Okay, like this. Now, I'm going to do a curve over here, like that. That's it. Now, this is going to be black and white, so getting his body now. What I need to do, he's got a little bag on a belt, so I'm going to draw now is part of his bag here. He tends to have a bag on a utility belt. Keeps all sorts in there, normally sweets and things, rather than what you'd expect if he's fighting crime. I've seen him pulling out a fluffy unicorn out of like a teddy bear unicorn out of this before now. So we've got the bag there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, what you want to do here is draw a circle. And this needs to really be as good a circle as you can make it. So you could maybe draw around something. Okay, I'm going to do it freehand. And then another circle here inside. And what I want you to try and do is to keep, almost look like a donut, that. Try and keep the distance the same or similar all the way round. And then all you'll do is draw this kind of thing. There you go. So that's his kind of logo in the middle of his belt here. Okay, so now what we need to do is draw the belt in. So we'll draw one line there. Bottom of the belt, like this. And then we're going to go over here. And then over there. So that's the other side of his belt there. Okay, and we'll do one line here. One line there. I'll try not to finish that line. Just makes it a bit more like a cartoon, really. I'll get a line like that. Okay. So, at the moment he's looking a bit naked, so we'll put some of his clothes on now. So, there's his wrist. Now these are going to be black and red. So this is going to be black. Then he's going to have a red one. Bring this down a little bit further, his chin. Okay. I'm going to rub this little bit out here actually, because I don't think I've brought his face down enough. So it's got to really match this line here, so there we go. It's better. Right, so red one in. Now this is a black one here, so it goes in, goes out, straight line, down to about there, across, it goes all the way down to the belt, there, okay? Other side. Now the important thing is this section here that's going to be black, it's going to be matched by another one over here. So let's draw this straight line down, across there, and then down. Okay, now we're going to draw this up a little bit further, in, and underneath this chin, perfect, like that. Okay, now, just a little bit of a rectangle there. Perfect. So, legs next. And these are really cute little legs, so just one down there. Try and get off this belt. We're trying to go slight angle there. Now with his feet, curve this around like this to there. Okay. Same with this side. I'm going to try and go over the top here like this, almost flat at the bottom. Curve it back around a little bit, and then we're going to go up like this. Okay. And this side we're going to go up as well. Okay, so it's looking almost like a leg now. We've got a boot here. We've got a boot here. Okay, and then we're going to go up, across, a bit further across, and almost straight down now. There we go. Perfect. Another line there. There we go. So we just finish off the rest of this now. So from this bag, his utility belt still comes around the back here until it finishes like this. And then we've got another line down there like that. Okay. So, and on this side we've got another bag. So there's a curve here. Let's see, draw something like that. And then from at the end of this, almost down to his foot there. Perfect. So you've got another bag here. You want a little triangle in this bit here, if you can. And a small line there. Now on this bag here, one line like that. Another line in, that, and then one up like this, and another one. There we go. With a circle in the middle if we can. Okay, these are just the fine details. Now on this arm I've forgotten to do is black and white stripes, so what we'll do is we'll put some in here now. Okay, so the only thing that's missing now is most of the time is Deadpool brings a knife or two knives to a battle, so we'll draw the knife, not the blade, but we'll draw the handle of the knife in here. There we go. You can do whatever you want on this now. There's all sorts of patterns on this. So we're going to take it down to the middle here. I'm going to draw these kinds of things, almost like trees. There we go. Okay, so that's pretty much Deadpool. Okay. So now onto the coin. Probably do the reds first and the blacks after. So what you want to do is to make it look really well, stand out really, if you like. It's all about shading now. We'll try and get some shading in. So what you want is a darker red round here. I'll draw this. Draw that line there. So everything this side is going to be darker. So I'm going to change to a slightly darker grey. Almost a reddish grey. I'm going to probably go for it even darker. Sorry, red, not grey. Oh, I said grey. So we've got a brown here. We'll mix it in with this dark red. So I think I'll probably do the dark red first rather than the brown, and then go over the brown. So this is the darkest part of his head. Goes around like this. Take you a while to colour this in because a lot of this is red. Certainly his head is. So it'll take you a while now to colour all this in. See it again with your shading, see if you can go the same direction. So hopefully Corey, if you're listening right now, he's keeping up. Make sure you keep pausing the videos if you're just behind how fast I'm doing it. Don't worry about that, pausing it, it's absolutely fine. And don't forget, be creative. You could actually change his position of his hands if you wanted to. You get him to hold something in his hand. Maybe a teddy, sometimes he holds things like a teddy bear, or he sits on the back of a unicorn sometimes. So now this here, just going to see if I can darken this off here with, I've got a grey, but it's quite sparkly, but it actually darkens things if you draw it, if you go over with a grey pencil crayon, it darkens everything off. It just dulls that colour, dullens it, almost like a Deadpool colour. You don't really want it really shiny, because what he's trying to suggest here, even though it's a cartoon, he's trying to suggest that he's stood in some kind of, against maybe a building, and he's got part of his face that's not in the sunshine, maybe just against the wall. So if they had a wall over here, he'd be in the shade on this side of his face. Okay, so again, what we need to really do here is, again, colour in under here this red. So I'm going to go red all the way across here now, and then we're going to shade in with the grey over the top. Not too light, not too dark, sorry, with the grey, nice and light. So you don't press too hard on it, because you still want to see the red behind it. But we'll go, drop my pencil in. We'll go grey again here. Now don't forget, later on we're going to use a fine line marker pen. Or a felt tip, I suppose. It needs to be a fine one, really. Okay. Now a lighter red here now. So we're going to do the red down here. And you could just blend these in. Just don't forget it's shade, so it's not perfect. You want this to be quite bright now. Again, see if you can stay inside the lines if you can. We go round his Deadpool symbol, his logo, round here. If you have a look at one of my other videos, if you wanted to do more artistic Deadpool drawings with pencil crayon, or even with acrylic paint if you wanted to, I do quite a lot of Deadpool art. I quite enjoy painting him. He's quite a funny character. Here we are. So while we've got this red out, I'll tell you what I've done. I've missed one really important bit. These legs are mainly black. So if we draw two lines in like this, we go across here. These are black, and just this bit is red. Okay, so that's what we'll do. So we're going to use this lighter red. Come in here. You can do it as light as you want it to, really. It doesn't really matter, but it's like this is like a pillar box red. Sometimes the people draw him or paint him slightly pinkish. Quite a light pinkish grey, pinkish red, sorry. I've got grey in my mind here, I've got grey right next to me. I've got grey in my head as well. So currently, one of my daughters, Amelia, is she's been following my giraffe video, and she's just colouring in it. You might be able to hear the noise in the background. That's my daughter colouring in right next to me. Say hi, Amelia.
Hi.
Okay. So Amelia's off school as well at the moment. So we're doing homeschooling, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we've set Amelia's room up as a classroom. So she's got a timetable up on a desk and all her equipment's up there. So we spend most of the days at the moment in her bedroom with her younger sister who's 4, who's in reception at the primary school. Amelia's in year, what are you in?
3.
Year 3. Forgot then what year you were in. So, big shouts out to Jessica and William who have been doing cousins of Amelia's live up in the northeast towards Middlesbrough. They've been joining in. They've drawn a toucan each. The mum's even had a go. I've had loads and loads of pictures of people over the last couple of days on Facebook and on YouTube, sending me emails and things with photos of their artwork. So we've had, I think, the oldest person maybe in the late 60s, early 70s having a go, and the youngest 3, I think. So it's amazing that we're able to share this kind of art with you guys, and hopefully relieving a little bit of boredom if you're stuck in the house, especially if it's been beautiful weather today, last couple of days here in the northwest. However, I think it's given cloud over on the weekend and maybe worse weather coming in from next week, so maybe you'll be able to get your pencil crayons and your pens out a little bit more often next week. I think the video that I shared first thing this morning on giraffes, how to draw giraffes, or cartoon versions really, that's had 93 views last time I looked, about 3 hours ago, which is great. If you can share these videos, please do so. Obviously we're doing them really to help parents and children that are stuck at home, just being a bit more creative. There we are. Now a bit darker red now in this corner. There we go. So it's coming on now. It's coming on very slowly, but it is coming on nicely. I'm not really too fussed about going inside that line there because I know that's where the black eye comes in. The only bit you don't want to touch with any colour are these bits here, but I suppose I've got a white pencil crayon, you could go over it in white. So you can see how it's building up now, the red. So I think what I'm going to do is just going to choose a different red now that's a little bit sharper, rather than going to get a pencil sharpener. I'm just going to use a slightly different shade of red. So his hand needs colouring in. So I'll go over all of this later on with a pen. It doesn't look fantastic at the moment, but as soon as you got that pen around the outside edges, it looks much better. So what I want you to do is, on this one, just do the red there, and then we'll get this darker red in. We'll get this darker red underneath here, because this needs to look like it's shaded again, because it's under his chin. And we'll use the grey again over the top, and again I've got this sparkly grey that helps. See that there? See how that's just changed the colour completely? You just got a suggestion of red underneath it, and then we've also got a little bit of this over the top of the hand here, like this. That's it. And then we're going to do the red through here, and then again we're going to get the grey over the top. There we are, that's good. Right, so brighter red here. I'm going to get a much brighter red around the outside of this arm now. So we'll do this. Try and colour in this bit. Try and not go outside the lines. I reckon Corey, who's 10, is going to have a great go at this. I reckon I've seen his toucan art today. That was fantastic, his toucan. So Corey, if you're listening to this, there's your challenge. Can you do Deadpool? It'll take you a while this will actually, because there's all sorts of bits of colour really. So grey over the top of this here to make it look like a shade again, and then we'll get some shade under here. Just underneath his leg there. There we go, perfect. And a little bit in here. A little bit in there, right. So, we've just got a little bit more red on his arm to do, and then we can get on with the black. So, choose the darker red here. This is shade on this side now. If you don't quite have the right shades, don't worry too much. You just want a darker side on this arm and a lighter side on the outside edge. So again, we've got a darker side of this hand, which is in a glove. Here we go. So over the top of the grey. Just drop my pens. I'm having a nightmare tonight. I keep dropping pens. Right, grey next. Just shading in there. And if I was doing this on my own, not on a video, I'd probably take a good hour or so on this. Try and get this done so I can upload it for you. There we go. So now I need a grey. So I'm going to put this grey in first before the black, because I want to remember which bit's grey and which bit's black. So grey here now. There's a black section here. This is all grey apart from a little bit of black here, a little bit of black there. And then this is going to be black. This is going to be black, but we're going to have a little bit of grey coming in here. So this is, I'm going to colour this grey now. All this in grey. Okay. And then we're going to go grey on this side before we do the black, because I'll forget otherwise, and as soon as you start colouring in black, you can't change to grey because it's too dark. So do a lighter grey first and then the darker black. If you make a mistake that way round, it doesn't really matter. If you do the black first, you're going to struggle. Okay, there's a tiny bit of grey around this edge of this foot here, and there's a little bit of grey here. So I'm just going to colour in this section, which is a bit lighter, to match this lighter red on this side. Okay, and then we've got the rest of this is black now. Oh, hang on, no there isn't, there's just a little bit more grey here. Like this, grey, 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 perfect. Right, and a little tiny bit of grey on his shoulder. There we are, the rest of it black, so grab your black pencil crayon. I'd start from the top to the bottom so you don't smudge it all. Okay, so you could do this in ink if you wanted to. I'm doing mine in pencil crayon, but it'll take a little while longer in pencil crayon, I think. Try and go in one direction. Be careful of this eye now. Got to go round. I'd normally go around the eye with a black like this, so I've got a little bit more leeway. I don't have to make a big mistake then and going in over the black into the white. So there we go. This is a kind of, I might have to blow some of the crayon away so you can see which bits you've done and which bits you haven't. you're trying to do here is not touch the paper too much with your hand. What I'd do if I've smudged here, I'd go around here with a rubber later and just knit it up. But that, you know, you can put paper down where my hand is now, so that when you're colouring in, you're not smudging what you've already coloured. But again, just for the purpose of this video, just for speed really, I'm not going to do that. But you guys could. You could get a piece of just, you know, scrap bit of paper. Don't use newspaper. The newspaper print will come off. Just a bit of file paper, it'd be fine. Printer paper, something like that. Okay, so that's one eye done. Good. And then this eye, don't forget again, round the circle if you can. That's it. Just to give you a bit, if you do make a mistake, you're just gonna get away with it, I think, if you just go inside that slightly. But again, if you do make a mistake, I've done it before, you just change the shape of the eye, because sometimes he winks, or different shape of eye is not really a problem. And again, that's where you're just being creative. Again, try and go in the same direction if you can, but you're colouring in this right around the outside edge here. This does take a while longer than you think. I think it'd be easy cartoons. There's a lot of detail in this. And this is going to be about half an hour video, this one, I think. Right, so there we go. So black on this side now, as dark as you can. But don't forget, you're trying to miss out the grey now and have no white in between. So it looks like, there we go. And then this is black in here now. So you're doing this here, not all this, this is where you've coloured the grey now, most of that grey, that stays grey. Okay, so what you want to try and do there is, you notice this is not matching up. You want to show that the shade is matching all the way up there. There we go, like this. Okay, I'm going to go back over this with red now, because the grey's too grey there. There we are, it's better, much better. Okay, so black now, a little bit in here, a little bit there, a little bit on this edge here, not much, and then a little bit under his belt. Now remember, we left this gap for a bit of black here, there we go, and then this side is black of his boot, around the corner. Amelia's been very quiet so I can do this video. She's hardly moving. Never seen her so quiet. Must be killing you, that's not talking. I'm doing these videos when the girls have gone to bed. I'm waiting for the little one to open the kitchen door. I've got the kitchen door closed right now. I'm waiting for it to open the door. It creaks when it opens, so if you hear that noise, it's not a ghost or anything, it's just my other daughter coming in. Now, we've forgotten this grey here. So the rest of this boot is grey. Here we are, like that, perfect. There we go. So, we've got black in here. This is where, if you could, you get a, you know, perhaps get a pencil crayon that's sharp, or just go and sharpen your pencil crayon and pause the video, because to get in these edges here it's quite difficult unless your pencil crayon sharp. Mine's not sharp enough now. I could pause the video, but I don't want to. So you leave that grey line there, and then the rest of this, don't forget this edge of this foot is grey. So we go right round. Sometimes I do the edge like that first and then colour in the, I think Amelia does that as well, colour in the inside of the shape. Again, so you don't get make a mistake and go over the edge of your line. Here we go. That's it. Okay, so it's taking shape now. So while I'm here with the black, I'm going to do this circle, which is black. Leave some white in the eyes here. Almost like Batman's symbol, this. Okay, so we're going to just go behind this bag with a bit of black. I mean, there's another grey up there that's not shiny. Amelia's just going to pass me another grey, hopefully. There's another grey in there anywhere that's not shiny. Got a pack of pencil crayons just outside the picture. Not very sharp, okay, don't worry. Okay, now black here. Thank you. Okay. So, I'm going to just change the grey slightly because I think it's a little bit too light. So what you want it is matching this black really. Don't want it too light, otherwise it looks silver. So we're going to go over here. There we go.